Hi everyone. Today I would like to share with you a very interesting trip that we took to the Eastern Ghats, and we were there basically to look for these creatures, Dracos. For those of you who do not know Dracos, these are lizards that glide between trees. They are also called gliding lizards. They are basically agamids. Um, But what's really interesting is they are largely found in the Western Ghats. However, there are a few places in the Eastern Ghats that you find these Dracos. So we went looking for Dracos in a place uh, in Andhra Pradesh. Uh, it's called the Venkateshwara Wildlife Sanctuary, and around a waterfall in that sanctuary called Talakona waterfall, I had seen Dracos before, so I wanted to go check them out again. Um, so we went to this place. What's really interesting about Venkateshwara Wildlife Sanctuary is that you have patches of evergreen forest in a sanctuary that is largely a very dry area. Um, so if you look at the topographic map of India, you find that there are a lot of isolated hill ranges along the east that harbor uh, evergreen elements, right? So much of the evergreen forest in India is confined to Western Ghats, but you have these isolated hill ranges in the east, and they are called the Eastern Ghats, that harbor many of these evergreen elements. And Talakona is somewhere around here. Just to give you um, a bearing on where Talakona is, that's Bangalore right there, and Talakona waterfall is here, and this is the isolated hill range I was talking about. Right, this extends all the way to Nelamela Wildlife Sanctuary in northern Andhra Pradesh, or maybe now it's in Telangana. Anyway, so this is Bangalore here. Down here is Kanchipuram, and then further east from here is Chennai. Okay, so it took us about 6 to 6.5 hours to get to Talakona. It's about 240 kilometers from Bangalore, very close to Tirupati. And what's interesting is that all along you see the landscape is very similar to what you see around Bangalore. A lot of rocky outcrops, granite, and scrub jungle and all that. But this formation is very different. Uh, it is still dry deciduous to scrub jungle, but you have pockets of evergreen uh, forests in in the valleys. So that's where you find a lot of the Western Ghats elements in Eastern Ghats, and I think that's really interesting because you have these some of these elements completely isolated from Western Ghats. So there are other such isolated uh, hill ranges in the east that I think is worth checking out. hills, I mean, they are not. There's no granite there. Totally different formation. Checkpost for sure. So here we are in Talakona Wildlife Sanctuary. Well, Talakona waterfall at Sri Venkateshwara Wildlife Sanctuary in Andhra Pradesh, and we are looking for Dracos. No luck as of now, but we did see. Let's see, giant squirrel, shama, uh, paradise flycatcher, and so we are beginning to see some wet elements around here. So things are looking quite interesting. Uh, so well, let's see what the habitat around here looks like. Can you believe that? A giant squirrel. See, again a Western Ghats element. Huh? Well, predominantly, forested areas. Well, apparently, South American elements are also found in Sri Venkateshwara National Park, not just Western Ghats elements. So here's a picture of jaguar.
Make that technique better.